Good morning, everyone. Welcome to UPeace. To our UPeace students, alumni, members of the faculty, staff, and honored guests. To all the family and friends with us today, and to those who could not be here in person and have joined us remotely as we celebrate the end of academic ceremony of the class of 2022. A special thank you to all of you. Please rise to welcome the platform party and the UPeace faculty members. You may be seated. Thank you. The members of the platform party are Dr. Francisco Rojas, Rector, Dr. Juan Carlos Sainz Borgo, Dean, Her Excellency Sandra Noriega de Cogler, Ambassador of Guatemala to Costa Rica, and Master Fina Farfán Pacheco, Registrar and Director for Academic Administration. Opening the program today, we will have the pleasure to start with the poem called The Revolution by student Charlotte Killian.
Good morning, everyone. It is my honor to opening this graduation ceremony. I know that most of you already received some European culture in the past, but I still wish to share with you today a poem from a French writer, Victor Hugo, that was written exactly 200 years ago and somehow still resonate today for our commencement as UPeacers. The poem is called Revolution. The revolution is France beautified. It happened that one day, France was in the furnace. From the furnaces of certain martyrs grow wings. And from these flames, this great giantess came our archangel. Today, for all the earth, France is called revolution. And from now on, this word revolution will be the name of the civilization, until it is replaced by the word harmony. Yes, all of us, as many as we are, great and small, powerful and unknown, illustrious and obscure, in all our works, good or bad, whatever they may be, poems, drama, novel, stories, philosophies, in the assembly tribune, as in front of the theater crowds, as in the contemplation of solitude, yes to everything, yes forever, yes to rehabilitate the stoned and the afflicted, yes to conclude logically and walk straight. Yes to console. Yes to rescue, to uplift, to encourage, to heal. Yes to transform charity into brotherhood, laziness into work, idleness into usefulness, iniquity into justice, the rabble into people, the scandal into a nation, nations into humanities, war into love, prejudice into examinations, borders into welds, ruts to rails, the instinct of evil into the will of good, life into rights, kings into men. Yes, to remove from religions, all religions, hell, and from societies, the jail. Yes, to be brother and sister of the wretched, of the slave, of the fellah, of the proletarian, of the disinherited, of the exploited, of the betrayed, of the defeated, of the sold, of the sacrificed, of the prostitutes, of the convicted, of the ignorant, of the savage, of the black, of the condemned, and of the damned. Yes, yes, we are your sons, revolution. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, with us today is Rector of the University for Peace, Dr. Francisco Rojas Aravena. Please welcome the Rector.
Greeting to all. Buen dia, namaste, bonjour, arigato gozaimasu, bom dia, ni hao, pura vida. Dear Ambassador of Guatemala, Sandra Noriega, but most important for us than your position as a representative of the government of Guatemala, you are a graduate of this university. Dr. Juan Carlos Sáenz Borgo, Dean of the University, Mrs. Elvia Farfán, UPIS Register, dear professors, ambassadors, representatives of international organizations, dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Generation 2022. This new step of having reached the culmination of your master degree studies. Felicitaciones. This path you have taken will allow you to full exercise for your profession as a new agent for peace. Today, you are feeling a new professional dream. Congratulations. The community of peace is very pleased and honored by the support of the Nippon Foundation, the DAD, from German government, the Rotary Club, the China Scholarship Council, the other philanthropic institutions, and the private sector. For this support, we're very thankful. We live in an interdependent and constantly changing world. Your road has been difficult and challenging. We had faced to the COVID, and they overcome the threat it represented. The virtual classes demand us all adapt and innovation. Our academic, health office, staff team sought to respond quickly and positively to your requirement. Today, we confront new challenge because the war in Europe, hungry, inflation, increasingly economic difficult, and the debt for the war. We safeguard the essential theme, your multiculturality, your nationalism, and the cross-cultural dialogue between your different areas of knowledge and expertise. You have built a network that will be fundamental in the future. Moreover, you are part of the UPeace alumni community. At the University for Peace, established by the General Assembly of the United Nations in 1980, we can proud say we have played a direct role in educating and training new generations of leaders for change. These are capable to applying a fundamental principle of international law and human rights, as well as enact real change towards environmental protection and achievement, sustainable development, and peace for all. We have also trained several generations in the value of culture of peace, dialogue, nonviolence, and tolerance. You are the newest generation. Congratulations again. The international context shows an increase of disinstitutionalization, as well as the mistrust and the emergence of new conflict. The COVID aggravated them. The war in Ukraine amplified them. Multilateralism to develop mutual understanding and resolve conflicts is threatened and in crisis. The Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development is the way forward. Global uncertainty generates insecurity. They play increasingly and accelerating. Legal norms no longer provide certainty. Placing citizens as the center allows us to understand how security based on the people is what facilitates stability, development, and peaceful coexistence. In the context of conflict and war, there is no possibility to exercise any rights. In such situation, human rights are violated. There is no respect for the law. Without stability and sustainable development, there will be no peace. We are witness the existence of various interstate wars. These are joined with a deep domestic crisis. These are complex, polarized, and fragmented the societies. The common house is in a serious risk. The success of global commitment is essential. It is essential to meet the goals of the 2030 Agenda and achieve the sustainable goals. We need to act now. By our actions, by the decision of some leaders, increase the danger of atomic threat and the lack of environmental protection. We, as a human, create unprecedented danger for the survival of living beings, including ourselves. You, as a younger professionals, will face new and complex challenges. You will contribute to overcome them. You have a vision of a better world. Building mutual trust is essential. Trust makes institutional building possible. Trust is established through education. Disinformation destroys the trust. Post-trust and social network can contribute to uncertainty. Uncertainty affects coexistence and democracy and increase the conflict. Lack of uncertainty generates instability. Solidarity is required to face the new and serious threat, including climate change, continuing pandemic, and now severe impact of the war in Europe. No country can itself on its own. Without solidarity, there will be no change overcoming the COVID-19 and save millions and millions of lives. The war in Europe, without a collective effort, will not stop. This is an urgent task. All have important responsibility in this. La Cumbre de las Américas busca resolver problemas graves que afectan a todo el hemisferio. Ella está mostrando dificultades en el multilateralismo regional. También evidencia la inequidad, pobreza extrema, desastres climáticos, desnutrición, falta de educación, desempleo y muchos otros. Estas situaciones son particularmente graves en Centroamérica. Ustedes, graduados del RCPD, deberán bregar con esta crisis con nuevas ideas y recomendaciones efectivas, con una perspectiva de derechos humanos. Algunas de ellas se debaten hoy y son cruciales para el futuro, como la migración, pero no solamente en este hemisferio, sino que es un tema planetario. Ustedes hoy día tienen una mirada global. Felicitaciones. Congratulations, the new graduates. We wish you enormous success in the professional endeavor and your undertaking. Congratulations of your efforts. You have completed an important stage, and both in your personal and professional lives. You have learned to understand the deep root of the conflict. You learned to listen. You learned to reflect the common way. You learned to cooperate. Today, you can communicate more effectively. You will process a new innovative process. Congratulations. Beyond the obstacle you have faced and will continue to face, you will be able to take a different build and prosperous tomorrow. Be generous, and thanks all of have allowed to get this far, including your family, sentimental partners, your pets, your friends, and professors and staff. You begin a new path in a world with new dangers and threats. By using your wisdom, talents, you have no doubt that you will be contribute to build a better world and planet, and plant the seed for hope everywhere you go. I am so proud for each of one of you as a Generation 22. Felicidades a todas y todos. If we want peace, we have to work for peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Rector Rojas. It is time for a musical performance by students Sho Sato and Kanade Kunimoto.
So, good morning, everyone. We are Chepemonhe. So we created this duo band in Costa Rica. So it's such an honor to perform on this amazing, grateful day at our graduation. Oh my God.
Don't cry.
Yeah, don't cry. Don't yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
So let us celebrate our achievement together, and let us celebrate our friendship today. Let us celebrate this beautiful day, and let us celebrate this wonderful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, say how do you do. They really say I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, yeah, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. Arigatou gozaimashita. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Sho and Sato. Thank you very much. Sho and Kanade. Sho Sato. Now, let's receive Denise Maria Soto, student representative of the class of 2022, with a speech on behalf of the student body.
Sí, gracias. Oh, come on, you're gonna make me cry, don't do that. Caminando por este pasillo, realmente veo tantos rostros que ahora me son tan familiares. El tiempo apremia. Pasamos de organizar partidos de fútbol, ferias y cenas, a despedirnos de una etapa extraordinaria de nuestras vidas. Hi, sakienska hile, kawei jiyalei saya, kawei meletana iya, hunyena eka eka sakiana señara. Ana, baka lebawa, sena kenai, watate, ti eta sunsui hami. Trabajemos juntos para cuidar lo que está establecido en nuestro mundo. Vivamos en paz, con alegría. Sigamos las instrucciones de la vida con sabiduría propia. Let's work together to take care of what is already established for our world. Let's live in peace with joy. Let's follow the instructions of life with our own wisdom. Antes de comenzar este discurso, apelo a su paciencia y consideración para escuchar este mensaje en inglés y en español. Before we begin, I appeal to your patience and consideration to listen to this message in English and Spanish. Inicio agradeciendo al señor rector, Dr. Francisco Roja, a nuestro decano, al consejo académico, al cuerpo docente presente y especialmente a todo el staff de la Universidad para la Paz, por su dedicación para lograr llevar a cabo este evento y el apoyo brindado en la organización de todas las actividades que realizamos este año. Esto incluye, por supuesto, a nuestro fantástico personal de cafetería, desde su calidad humana hasta su entrega. En nombre del cuerpo estudiantil, quiero agradecer a estas personas fantásticas, don't cry, que se han convertido en nuestra familia. Si bien este año ha sido de aprender nuevos conceptos y analizar conflictos desde los estudios de paz, de comprender mejor el rol de cómo defensora de derechos humanos y mujer juego en la construcción de la paz, esta mañana, más allá de los valiosos aprendizajes académicos obtenidos, quiero tomar el tiempo para reflexionar sobre lo que ustedes, UPICers, me han enseñado. Me han enseñado en la fraternidad de los momentos compartidos, momentos que han calado profundamente mi percepción de la vida, de la paz y de las capacidades del ser humano. Desde ustedes he aprendido cómo se ve el valor, la fortaleza, la empatía, la resiliencia y la bondad. Superando nuestras diferencias culturales y trascendiendo nuestros orígenes, ustedes me han enseñado a creer, a tener fe, en que estos valores pueden siempre estar presentes como el motor de todas nuestras acciones. De ustedes, UPICers, he aprendido a desaprender, he aprendido a deconstruir, a mantener una mente abierta, a botar barreras, a mirar desde la inclusividad, a desarrollar un lenguaje inclusivo, a perseguir objetivos no solo con mi mente, sino con mi corazón. He aprendido a ver un mundo a través de sus ojos y vaya qué mundo me han despertado. En ustedes he visto pasión, he visto fiereza, he visto dinamismo, aceptación, ganas de crecer, de ser mejores seres humanos, de construir desde la inclusión y de contribuir al cambio. Cambio. Una palabra que dejamos pasar desapercibida, pero que ustedes han subrayado y han escrito con mayúsculas. Y es que si en ustedes he identificado una actitud constante este año, es en la no tolerancia ante injusticias, ante abusos, ante opresión, ante inequidad. Yo les admiro. Ahora que nuestra etapa en UPAS ha llegado a su final, sé que el mundo recibirá profesionales de gran calidad humana, cuya motivación está en caminar hacia la paz. Ustedes me dan esperanza. UPICers, saliendo de estas puertas se avecinan grandes retos, retos que pondrán a prueba nuestra capacidad para adaptarnos, nuestra voluntad, nuestro valor. Se avecinan difíciles decisiones, enfrentaremos extenuantes circunstancias. Así es la carrera que elegimos. Sin embargo, recuerden siempre de este año que pequeños actos de bondad, de amor, son los que nos permiten superar obstáculos. Recuerden que las decisiones que tomaremos, aunque difíciles, deben ser siempre las correctas. Pero sobre todo recuerden que, aunque lejos, no vamos a caminar solos. Estaremos siempre acompañados y nos mantendremos siempre unidos, unidos en la construcción de una paz verdadera, duradera y sostenible. Hoy les invito a enfrentar este cambio no con miedo, sino con fe, encontrando luz, inspiración y alegría en los momentos que hemos compartido juntos este año. Les invito a reconocer el poder que tienen. UPicers, yo creo, yo tengo fe en ustedes, en su nobleza, en su grandeza. First, I would like to thank the Rector, Dr. Francisco Rojas, the Dean, the Academic Council, the faculty present, and especially all the University for Peace staff for your dedication to carry out this event, but also for the amazing support provided in the organization of all the activities developed during this year. This includes also the fantastic people in the cafeteria, for their human quality, to their dedication. On behalf of this student body, I thank the amazing humans who have become part of our family. Although this year has been about learning new concepts, analyzing conflicts from peace studies, about understanding a little bit better the role that as a human rights defender and as a woman I play in building peace, this morning, beyond the valuable academic learning obtained, I want to take the time to reflect on what you peacers, have taught me in the moments shared together, moments that have deeply changed my perception of life, of peace, and of our capacities as human beings. From you, I have learned what courage, strength, empathy, resilience, and kindness look like. Overcoming our cultural differences and transcending our origins, you have taught me to believe, to have faith, that these values can always be present, motivating our actions. From you, I have learned to unlearn, to deconstruct, to keep an open mind, to break down barriers, to look from inclusiveness, to develop my language, to pursue goals not with my mind, but with my heart. I have learned to see the world through your eyes, and what a world you have woken me up. In you, I have seen passion, fierceness, dynamism, acceptance, desire to grow, to be better persons, to build from inclusion, to contribute to change. And change, a word that we let go unnoticed, but that you have underlined and written in capital letters. Couldn't be different. If I have identified a constant attitude among you this year, is precisely the non-tolerance before injustices, abuses, oppression, and iniquity. Therefore, change will always be required. I admire you for that. Now that our time at UPeace comes to an end, I know that the world will receive professionals of great human quality, whose motivation is to walk towards peace. You have given me hope. UPeacers, coming out of these doors, great challenges lie ahead. Challenges that will test our ability to adapt, our will, our courage and strength. Difficult decisions are expecting us. We will face extenuating circumstances. This is the career we have chosen. However, when you are overwhelmed, look back to this year. Remember that small acts of kindness, of love, are what allow us to overcome obstacles. Remember that the decisions we will make, although difficult, must be always correct, must be always right. We, above all, must remember this. Although far away, we do not walk alone. We will always be accompanied, and we will always remain united. United in building a true, lasting, sustainable peace. Para concluir, no me resta más que agradecer por darme la fuerza que necesitaba para poder completar este año, por confiar en mí, por enseñarme a creer en mí misma. Gracias totales. Estarán por siempre en mi corazón. To conclude, I can only thank you for giving me the strength. Today I invite you, I don't want to miss this. Today I invite you to face this change, not with fear, but with faith, finding light, inspiration, and joy in the moments we have shared together. I invite you to recognize the power in you. You Pacers, I do believe in you. I do have faith in all of you, in your nobility and your greatness. To conclude, I can only thank you for giving me the strength I needed to succeed throughout this year, for trusting me, for teaching me to believe in myself. I am humble. I'm honored to have been your president. Thank you very much. You always, always be in my heart. You Pacers, assemble.
Thank you, Denise. It is the turn of student Oluwakemi Adenike Onasoga Molake with our second poem of the day called The Telephone Conversation. Welcome.
The Desk Party, my fellow classmates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am honored to present Telephone Conversation, a satirical poem on racism by the 1986 Nobel laureate for literature, Wole Soyinka. It was written in 1963, half a decade ago. It's a reminder of a lot of things that used to be, and it continues to be. However, it's also a call to action. As UPSers, we are committed to work for peace. May I implore us as well to individually commit to zero tolerance to racism and discrimination of any sort. I have great trust in us. Telephone conversation. The price seemed reasonable. Location, indifferent. The landlady swore she lived off premises. Nothing remained but self-confession. Madam, I warned, I hate a wasted journey. I am African. Silence. Silence, transmission of pressurized good breeding. Voice when it came, lipstick coated, long gold rolled, cigarette holder piped. Caught I was foully. How dark? I had not misheard. Are you light or very dark? Button B, button A. Stench of rancid breath of public hide and seek. Red booth, red pillar box, red double-tiered. Omnibus, squelching tar. It was real, shamed by ill-mannered silence, surrender, pushed dumbfoundment to beg simplification. Considerate she was, varying the emphasis. Are you dark or very light? Revelation came. You mean like plain or milk chocolate? Her accent was clinical, crushing in its light. Impersonality, rapidly wavelength adjusted. I chose West Africa sepia. And as afterthought, down in my passport, silence for spectroscopic, flight of fancy, till truthfulness changed her accent, hard on the mouthpiece. What's that? Conceding. Don't know what that is. like brunette? That's dark, isn't it? Not altogether. Facially, I'm brunette. But madam, you should see the rest of me. Palm of my hand, soles of my feet, I peroxide blonde. Friction caused. Foolishly, madam, by sitting down, has turned my bottom raven black. One moment, madam. Sensing her receiver rearing on the thunderclap about my ears. Madam, I pleaded, wouldn't you rather see for yourself? Thank you.
Thank you, Adenike. Now I would like to extend a warm welcome to Her Excellency Sandra Noriega de Cogler, Ambassador of Guatemala to Costa Rica. For this, I would kindly ask Dean Juan Carlos Sainz Borgo to step up to present Mrs. Noriega de Cogler.
Good morning, class 22. Some whom are here and the ones who are on the screen that are also part of this challenge of the hybrid model that we work together this year. I have the honor to introduce to Ambassador Sandra Noriega de Cogler, Ambassador of Guatemala to the Republic of Costa Rica. She was born in Guatemala City and began her diplomatic career in 1993, right now with the diplomatic run as ambassador on her career. Ambassador Noriega de Cogler holds a bachelor degree in international relations from the Faculty of Political Science of the University of San Carlos de Guatemala, a master's degree in international relations with emphasis on integration, cooperation, and peace from our University for Peace here in Costa Rica. She also completed other studies, including a diploma in European integration studies from the Colegio de México, a postgraduate degree in international studies from the Diplomatic School of Madrid, a postgraduate degree in peace, security, and conflict resolution from the European University Center for Peace Studies, and a diploma from the Diplomatic Academy of Vienna. She has an extensive career at the diplomatic level at the bilateral and multilateral tracks. She was chargé d'affaires at the interim at the Embassy of Guatemala to the Republic of Honduras, ambassador to the Republic of Venezuela, Director of General Bilateral International Relations at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Minister Counsel on the Embassy of Guatemala to the Federal Republic of Austria, as well as alternative representative to the United Nations office in Vienna. During this period, she held elected positions in general meetings and coordinated working group of GRULAC, the Group of 77 plus China. At the Ministry of Foreign Affairs back in Guatemala City, she has held the positions of Director of Central American Integration, Deputy Director of Central American Integration, Minister Counsel for Central American Affairs, all at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Guatemala City. Ambassador Noriega was combined a diplomatic career with the academia. She was also professor at the Faculty of Political Science of the Rafael Landívar University and at the School of Political Science at the University San Carlos in Guatemala. She was part of the first master program of UPeace between the years 1991 and 1993, with over 30 professionals from 17 countries that paved the road that you are working today as UPeacers. So please help me to welcome UPeacer Sandra Noriega.
Well, good morning to everybody. Distinguished Rector of University for Peace, Mr. Francisco Rojas Aravena, Honorable Dean, Señor Juan Carlos Sainz Borgo, Distinguished Director of Academic Registers, Mrs. Fina Farfán, distinguished graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, allow me to thank all of you for the warm welcome that I have received, and as a graduate of UPeace, the honor to address you on this ceremony of graduation of almost 130 students. I feel very exciting here and hearing you about all that you are saying. As well, I have wonderful memories at this time, friends that I have lasted forever, knowledge that has opened me doors in my professional life, and experiences that I always treasure. So this is a very, very significant moment for you on your career, and like you, I felt the emotions to achieve it, with a lot of expectations and dreams about my professional future. So when I hear all that we have heard before, I feel really emotional, and I would like to talk a little about what happened since I finished my studies here. As it was said, I joined the program 1991-1993 on this master's degree on international relations with emphasis on integration, cooperation, and peace. To be here after almost 30 years, I can say only time runs. During this time, I opened my mind for the world, getting in contact with the students from more than, well, I said more than 17, but they were 17. That's our dean said now. I'm putting a little more. We were 17 countries of different continents. That was a life-changing experience. The university's multicultural environment and the open-minded approach of learning strongly influenced me to look forward for the best opportunities for job according to my skills and, of course, my professional interests, my personal interests, sorry. What happened on these almost 30 years? Let me share with you a little from my personal experience and how the training I received gave me the important tools to see always forward. Once I returned to Guatemala, I got the opportunity to join the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It was at the end of the 93 in the Department of Central American Integration. It was a demanding work since the beginning in a small team, and Guatemala took over in that moment for the first time the presidency pro tempore of the Central American Integration System, CICA. That's brought to Guatemala greater international visibility, but also more responsibilities with its partners. From the beginning on, I was fascinated on these meetings among member countries about the long negotiations around issues that I expected were easy, and so on. Nevertheless, the different approach showed me immediately that despite small countries with a common past, similar size of economies and population, there can be so different perspectives of the same issue regarding domestic interests. I could confirm in the practice the high level of education and the tools that I have learned here. Build trust and empathy if you want to achieve your objectives, and let the other part fulfill with theirs. Topics were rather technical, and I could see already my wider approach in the issue, and I could handle it much easier. I traveled a lot in the region, as SICA presidency was moving from one country to the other one every 6 months, supporting delegations and getting more familiar with the issues. Later on, I was promoted to other internal positions and got more responsibilities until I got the head of that unit in the ministry. Besides the strengthening of the integration process between the member states, there was the relation of them to another regional groups like the EU, CARICOM, Pacto Andino, or with countries like Korea, Japan, or Taiwan, for example. But let me show an overview of the structure of a Ministry of Foreign Affairs that you get more understanding that what I'm saying about both issues. And substantive issues are divided on bilateral and multilateral issues. And since last year's consular issues that includes a big scope of activities and sections grows a lot. And I mean there situations for migration, transnational organized crime, all the fight against corruption that have our government, our academia, our international organizations. And all this these are done in the consular area of each ministry. And they are supported by another services departments like legal affairs, IT, human resources, financial and administrative sections as any organization. I would say that working in a Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it exists a strong political influence, being in the public like no other ministry, and exposure especially today in social media. With the new decade came my first posting abroad, and it was Austria, as it was said. Arriving in Vienna became a new big challenge, especially in focus on language and culture. I can say that Austria has been the most rich experience in terms of activities that I have had for me until now. At that period, I had the opportunity to work on bilateral and multilateral issues. Our representation in Austria has the status of embassy and permanent mission as the majority of the representations in Vienna, mainly for developing countries. And as often happens, staff is not enough. And I had the responsibility, but the opportunity to be in charge in both. On the bilateral issues, we work as an embassy to the government of Austria, but as well concurrent embassy to Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Slovenia, and Romania. Concurrent embassy means that you are not based on those countries, but you are fully accredited and on direct communication with authorities and staff of their respective ministries of foreign affairs to be informed about their main interests, activities, and relations with the world. All this in order to identify common interests, potential activities, to be able to design and feed a bilateral agenda that strengthens our bilateral relations to each other. I'm talking about relations about the beginning of the year 2000. So, except for Austria, diplomatic relations with those all other countries were relatively new for Guatemala. And on the multilateral issues, as you already know, Vienna has one of the 4 UN headquarters around the world, hosts UNOF. And since my point of view, the more scientific agencies and commissions of the system, because it takes could be UNODC, that Office for Drugs and Crime, is that has wider issues that it includes organized crime, corruption, terrorism, and many other issues. But this as well the International Narcotic Control Board, that you have to be sure that they receive all the reports from your countries. The Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, Office for Outer Space Affairs, UNOOSA, the Commission for International Trade and Law, UNCETRAL, the Preparatory Commission for the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, CTBTO, and the International Atomic Energy Agency. So, as a representative of your country, part of your time is dedicated to identify the main issues with the interests of your country as a member state. Technical cooperation programs are priority for a developing country, and each agency offers a wide portfolio. Daily work in UN is demanding. Besides the main conferences, along the year you have to join different levels of meetings and working groups at your geographical group, formal and informal consultations with the Secretariat on different issues, and as well bigger groups with political or economic scopes like Group of 77 plus China, non-alignment movement, in the case of developing countries. The groups and meetings are very dynamic. Prevails a theme of spirit along the negotiations of all issues. I learned that consensus is a key to achieve results. Austria counts with more than 130 diplomatic missions. Can you imagine the dynamic of movements and rotation of diplomatics and staff? This is every day. The personal contact must be permanent and as close as it is possible to be able to know any changes of political positions of these other countries, and as well with the Secretariat. In each organization and follow important issues, personal contact is a priority when you are working in this multilateral world. At the same time, I realize a lot of my learnings here. And to you, Professor Rojas Aravena, I would like to say thanks for your intention to keep our focus on life is a permanent negotiation. And empathy is the base to keep the priorities of the other always in mind. During some negotiations that I have had, situations have occurred that remind me of the exercises that we carry out with you. And this was a very, very important time, and really it was for me a pleasure and an emotion to find here Dr. Rojas Aravena as the rector of the university, and who was my professor for international negotiations in those times. Thank you very much. But later on, back to Guatemala, to the ministry after Austria, my next position was a Director General of Bilateral Affairs, and where I had to deal with the work of all our missions and to be in contact to the embassies based in Guatemala. At the domestic affairs, part of my duties were to coordinate interinstitutional meetings in order to articulate consensus around different issues. That is very important to fulfill international compromises. Later on, as ambassador in Venezuela from 2016 to 2018, it became the biggest challenge in my career because our political situation regarding the situation in that country that was reflected as part of the Lima Group, Grupo de Lima, and their statements. Daily work was focused to build and keep bridges of communication between the two countries. It was a time of big demonstrations, financial crisis with hyperinflation and strong external pressure of the government. Millions of people emigrated to the neighbor countries on this time. Leaving Venezuela, after calling me back to Guatemala, I could join one of our main neighbors countries, Honduras. So I could have a deeper look into a country that I expected to know well. But again, new circumstances strengthened my life, and it was the pandemic. First, we had to look for a look of stranded Guatemalans in Honduras, mainland and in the islands in the Caribbean, and to do it per land and air. We saw the solidarity of NGOs and states, bringing in and out national of all countries around the world. We coordinated with humanitarian flights coming even since Argentina to each country until coming to Honduras, Guatemala, and Mexico. Arranging these flights with the air traffic regulators was, as we know today, a worldwide activity to keep the cargo traffic of land alive with immense traffic jams of the borders, arranging the COVID-19 tests for drivers, all of these activities in a new dimension, comparable to intense project works. The teams in-house and abroad were getting much closer. Communications run day and night. Some cities in Honduras are close to the border to Guatemala, and even groups of people were trying to get into her home country by walking, a permanent process with border police, and first of all keeping the humanitarian aspect in this panic reaction in the foreground. When I was informed about the decision to appoint me to Costa Rica, I felt very excited to have the opportunity to come back to a country that I always remember with appreciation, where I spent an important period of my student time, and of course, to come back to the University for Peace. And now, you give me this honor to be here in front of you. Thank you very much. Dear Rector, for finishing, appreciated authorities, dear friends, I would like to reiterate to you my recognition for your daily efforts to strengthen this university, not only in its programs, but in presence around the world. UPeace has grown a lot, not only in spacious conditions, because I remember that it was really two parts of that I see now in the buildings, with representations around the world, consolidating partnerships and implementing programs. To finish this message, I would like to refer the last UN Secretary General report to the General Assembly about University for Peace that is very, very important for us and we have always keep in mind. The UN Secretary General emphasized that UPeace, with its activities and projection, enhances its mandate promoting education with full respect to values, solidarity and peace that contributes to the goals of the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development. All this in times of an increase and deinstitutionalization, as well as an increase in mistrust, both in a context of the emergency of new and varied conflicts, all of which have been aggravated by the pandemic. The war in Ukraine, as our rector said, shows actual and in dramatic pictures the fragility of the world. But even these times, as the weapons are speaking, there will never end the intention to look forward for peacekeeping negotiations. Dear graduate, I wanted to give you an insight and the circumstances you need to prepare for. That has been my experience as a diplomat. Be prepared for an exciting life with all the knowledge that you have. Enjoy your job and activities at the different levels and locations. Prepare your family for quick moves as well. Keep open-minded, that this is the key for your future. All the best for all of you, and I will be happy to meet some of you in the future somewhere around the world. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Mrs. Ambassador. Now, please welcome student Shagnosa Muminova, who will be performing the Gaudiamos Igitur song.
Thank you. I'm so emotional today. I will do my best not to cry, and because of this emotionality, I may all of a sudden forget English, yeah, so forgive me for that. But the song is anyway in Latin, so I hope nobody's going to understand. And this song, being an ancient Latin song, is to me, and not only to me, for the world, in fact, the ancient students' anthem. And to me, it is inseparable from the ceremony of graduation, and so I'm very, very happy about being able to do this for you. And this is, of course, for entertainment, but also, I'm not supposed to speak, right? Okay. I want to say just one more thing before I start. I devote this song to our graduation ceremony, of course, to all of you, but most of all to my alma mater that made my long standing dream of wearing this cap, this gown, and singing Gaudeamus in my graduation. Thank you, UPeace, for making this possible.
Sigitur, Juvenes dum sumus, Gaudeamus Sigitur, Juvenes dum sumus, post labundam juventutam, post molestam senectutam, nos cadebit fumus, nos cadebit fumus. Academia, viva professores, viva academia, viva professores, viva membrum quodlibet, viva membra quodlibet, semper sint in flore, semper sint in flore. Et Republica, et vivam regit, vivat et Republica, et vivam regit, vivat nostra activitas, mecenatum caritas, qui nascut et protegit, qui nascut et protegit.
Thank you, Shaknosa. Now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the students of the class of 2022 by academic department. We ask that you please hold your applause until the name of all of the students are mentioned. We now invite the head of the Department of Peace and Conflict Studies, Dr. Adriana Salcedo, to join us, and to the members of the platform party to stand and join us in presenting our students. So, in person, we have Kayako Sakai. Sí. Kayoko Sakai. Technical problems here. Kayoko Sakai from the IPS program. We have Samuel Reed Stricker. Loisos Lambis. See Better Dalvin Minga Minga. Oluwakemi Adenike Onasoga Molake. Gendry Priscila Araya Álvarez. Francisca Vena Agustin Ingrum. Shota Oboshi. Subaru Yamanaka. To Tet Nine. Roy Yar. Connected online, we have Shang-Hee Park. From the IPS Media Program, we have Kokoro Iwamoto. Miwa No. Connected online, we have Devina Singh. We also have Hieying Lee. In person here, we have from the Peace Education Program, Angela Michelle Compton. Carolina Herrera Botero. Samrawit Tibebu Seneve. Shaknosa Muminova. Fumi Kuribayashi. Kanade Kunimoto. Trang Tu Tam. Virtually, we have Julia Esteves Abreu. From the Gender and Peace Building Program, we have Sara Elena Kirkpatrick. Irene Ruiz Sanchez. Patrick Hansen. Manuel Íñigo Arciga Angulo. Cantamat Palawat. Tiani Mao. Connected remotely, we have Dana Janine Barón Romero. Now, it is my pleasure to announce our newly launched MA in Religion, Culture, and Peace Studies, sponsored by the Vatican, the World Jewish Congress, the Muslim World League, the Egyptian Red Crescent, and the Bosnian and Sri Lankan Red Cross. In person here, we have Abe Sijun Lee. Connected virtually, we have Eliana Baldi, Sylvester Endelesen Berinyui, Mauricio Gerasi, Vivian Esther Tesson Milhem, Adela Smeke Mizrahi, Erin Sarkin, Abu Shaf Mashaur Omar M. Al-Ahmadi Gadir Mohamed A. Al-Katani Osama Jubram S. Al-Katani Ali Sahid A. Al-Lotman Abdulrahman Abdulaziz. Haris Majia. Last but not least, from this same department, we present our UP's certificate students. In person, we have from the Certificate in Media and Peace, Maria Rebecca Canavin Gutans. From the Certificate in Peace Education, we have Claudia Susana Sarmiento Lopez. Thank you, Dr. Salcedo. We now ask the head of the Department of International Law, Dr. Mihir Kanade, to join us in presenting the students from this group. In person, we have from the International Law and Human Rights Master, Katia Parran Dinardo. Ji Hyun Park. Anushka Tiwari. Leah Ann Durst Lee. Lily Beatriz Rasby Toon. Taylor Imani Stewart. Miriam Lodeiro Sánchez. Rebecca Therese Macías. Claire Catherine Mortensen. Charlotte Marie Killian. José Rodolfo Kepfer Rojas. Carla May Yorca Bremen. Tilini Ruantica Galawapille. Nguyen T. Hong Na. Cristina Alejandra Martínez. Philip Leonard Larson. Connected online, we have Holy Maria Johannes Jansen. Montserrat Picado Campos. Vishwas Shivarihao Momle. Sahid Ahmed Fuhurdin. Thank you, Dr. Canale. It is the turn for the head of the Department of Environment and Development, Dr. Olivia Sylvester. In person from the Development Studies and Diplomacy Program, we have Kinso Visi. Nicola Claire Sutcliffe. Chloe Bernardino. Laura Concepción Barro Fuentes. Anaí Cecil Betty Brusel. Now from the Environment, Development and Peace Program, we have Jose Maria Blasquez Madruga. Andrew Franklin Barry. Olivia Kate Deely. Wira Agung Swadadana. Sho Sato. Daiki Oe. Ha Ti Puong. A Shang Wai. Apolline Claire Marie Wilhelm. Catherine Olivia Kirchhofer. Connected online, we have Koki Inuma. Ana Carlota Pitelko. From the same program with specialization in climate change, we have Alina Victoria Katz Alvarado. Everett Scott Law. Irati Durban Aguinagalde. Roxana Felicia Vargas Cambronero. Amanda Renee Bennett Rivera. Now from the Environmental Security and Governance Specialization, Ana Carolina Diaz Nava. Lucas Jos Tunis. Mer Sra. Yutan Sunia. Connected online, we have Daniela Solis Adolio. From the specialization in sustainable food systems, we have Manuel Dick Bueno. Jose Martín Ramos Díaz. Abigail Greta Frankfurt. Iris Seltenrich. Juno Ito. From the same department and from the specialization in sustainable natural resource management, we have Susana Arguelles Sánchez de la Barquera. Yasmin Teresa Forsberg. Scott Anthony Galus. Connected online, we have Frederick Anabel Maleki and Andre Lopez Fernandez. From the Natural Resources and Sustainable Development Joint Program with American University, we have Aileen Jane Joseph. Hannah Sarah Harrow. Ruth Hannah Adelaide Farrington. Yonel Sabina Palmer. Gassan Elmois Abumura. Connected online, we have Aisha Baldi, Fraser Lee Ruth Hodgins, Julia Ann Haggerty, Marlana Margaret Stransford, and Olivia Louise Christopher. From the Responsible Management Program, we have Anand Jha. Megan Ann Lay. Akane Endo. Anabel Lopez Salas. Haruka Kadowaki. Chika Hirahara. Juliana Lee Yacker. And Koki Furuya. Thank you, Dr. Sylvester. We kindly invite the coordinator of the Department of Regional Studies, Master Karen Acosta, to join us in presenting the students of this group. In person, we have from the Resolución de Conflictos, Paz y Desarrollo Master in Spanish, Denise María Soto. Jocelyn Noeli Estrada Matute. Mauricio Abraham Rosales Chetini. Roberto José Blanco Blanco. Gloria María Chamorro Saavedra. Guadalupe Elizabeth García Valle. Rocío Marcela Forrester Mendoza. Fátima Verónica Vázquez Pino. Jeffrey Reinaldo Villanueva Vargas. Thank you, Master Karen. We will now continue presenting our students from the Online Master in Sustainable Peace in a Contemporary World program. Virtually connected, we have Roberto Avendaño Sancho, Natasha Retana Rojas, Carlos Antonio Rivera Gonzaga, Guilherme Francisco Koch Larsen, Shahina Yvonne Shahid, Mohamed Kimbugwe, Miguel Ángel Velasco. This year, we're truly honored to present our officially graduate students. We will begin with the students from the online program we have just mentioned, and for this, we kindly invite the coordinator of the Department of Distance Education, Samira Agabayova, to join us, and to the members of the platform party to step down and remain here to deliver the degrees. We first ask Fabiola Gil Rodriguez to come and receive her degree. We now call Sarah Margaret Kelton. It is the turn for the graduate students of the Department of Environment and Development. We would like to invite Head of Department Olivia Sylvester to join so we can deliver the degrees. And now we call Yutang Sunia. Now we call Hannah Sarah Harrow. And now Jonel Sabina Palmer. Thank you, Dr. Sylvester. University for Peace is the most unique university in the world with a specialized mandate from the United Nations and its member states to award master's and doctorate degrees in fields pertaining to transdisciplinary study of peace building. This year, we're pleased to present our doctorate graduate student. And for this, we kindly invite the coordinator of the doctoral program, Maria Teresa Garrido, to join in presenting this degree. Please help me welcome Fereshta Sarai. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. At this point, we have the last presentation of the day by students Angela Michelle Compton, Shaknosa Muminova, Shota Oboshi, Kokoro Iwamoto, Roy Yar, Francisca Vena Agustiningrum, Yendriaraya Alvarez, and Subaru Yamanaka. And Teddy.
We'll see. I didn't know that there are many people in it. I'm so twisted. Teddy. Okay, ready?
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above the holy sky. Imagine all the people living for kill or die for, and no pleasing too. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Yeah, you guys ready? Yeah, we gave him the shirt. These guys.
When the night has come and the light is dark and the moon is the only light we see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. No, I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Sorry. Should I see? Sorry. I won't cry. I won't cry. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Are we done? Stop.
Did we go?
Thank you, beautiful. Before dismissing you, you're all invited to head straight to the flags area to have your individual and group photos. And in the area of the atrium, there is also a photo booth if you would like to use it for this purpose as well. Again, thank you for joining us in such an important day for UPeace and its students. It has been an honor to having you with us. We now bid farewell to our platform party and special guests. And last act of the ceremony, if you all wish, you can close this by tossing your caps in the air. Do you wish? Yes? Okay, so on the count of 3, get ready. Get ready for the photo, a nice toss. On 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2022. You're all dismissed. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone.
Enjoy your weekend.